Okay, financial impact from using drugs or whatever. I got to get I'm drinking a big boy. I'm thirsty. This is from the sparkling water review yesterday. I got to get rid of this stuff. Got to drink it. Okay. All right, financial impact of using, okay, using pills and such. This isn't just going to be the street drugs, or when we're buying stuff on the street. This is also going to be in the MAP program too. So, and I'm just going to kind of, I don't know, I guess just talk about the financial impact crap that I went through, or not that I went through, that I made myself go through, because I chose to do this. I guess I'll start here. Basically, when my pill addiction just went out of control really fast, I was getting, this is a big part of the reason, not only because I was a fiend, dude. I mean, I'm just one of those guys. I mean, you see, I take everything to the limit, okay? You think I'm a pyro because of yesterday? Wait till the 4th of July comes around. You will see just how much of a pyro I really am, okay? I'm just that kind of person. So when you're getting morphine pills, 60 milligram morphine pills for $1, and I could get perk 10s from the same lady for $1. I could get 1 milligram Klonopins for $1 too, but I hadn't gotten into that yet. That was a couple years later. Anyway, so right there, $1 a piece, okay? And in that same town, 10 milligram methadone pills were $5, okay? And 30 milligram Adderall, they were $5 as well. So, and then there was another person though where I could get 1 milligram Klonopins down the road, and those were $5 a piece. So that's just kind of give you a scope. Those are, I mean, dude, if you're in the city, I mean, those are good freaking prices, right? I mean, well, $1, I mean, that's just ridiculous, dude. $1, dude. I mean, I could go up to Portland and freaking make lots of money, okay? But I never did that. I didn't care. I didn't want money. I wanted money to buy pills. I worked more to buy pills. There was years in my life, the most I could work, because we're open 6 days a week, not 7. And I worked 6 days a week. I chose to. I wanted to make money. I would take pills. Work wouldn't be as bad. I mean, it was this stupid cycle. You know what I mean? Like, I'm working more, to buy pills so I can work. And it's just like this endless cycle. And, you get the honeymoon period for a while. Things feel great. You're working. It hasn't quite killed you yet, especially when you're getting them for $1 a piece. So that's how I got out of control so fast. So anyway, and we know how it goes. You use and it keeps going up and up and up. You're chasing that high that you're never gonna get again. And because you're doing that, you got to take more. Sorry, I know it's really gross, but I didn't have an option there. Wash down that snot. I'm sorry, that's so gross. I had to. My allergies. Crap. But yeah, you're chasing the endless high, and you got to get more and more and more. We all know how it is. And then we're dependent, and then we're just taking it. Then you're taking gobs of stuff just to be normal, just to get by during the day. Okay, not that it's all. I mean, like, yeah, you'd kind of feel dope sick or just not great, sweats, and then you take stuff, you'd feel good. I mean, especially when you're using morphine or heroin or what I mean, oxys and stuff like that's just you get high on it. But you always come down. You always got to get more. So you're trying to maintain that lifestyle too. So you're chasing the high, you're maintaining the lifestyle. You're trying to just make it through. And so that's what happens. And then you are a slave. Okay, and you are going to put all your time, money, resources into that, and that's what I did. And when I got to my peak of spending, okay, keep in mind, I don't make very much freaking money at all, and I was making even less then. My wife has always had a better job than me, not that it's like this spectacular thing, but if it wasn't for her making more money than me, like I don't know how this would have worked. I mean, seriously. So when I was at my peak, now I just told you how much I was paying for stuff, okay? And I could get a lot. I mean, morphine was my favorite, dude. Yeah. Well, then she started getting 100 milligram morphines, and I think I started giving her $2 for those, actually. I don't think I did $1. Or you know what I would do a lot of times, though, is I just like, cause she just didn't, I mean, she was just giving me deals, and I'd always like kick her down extra money. And of course she thought Gabe was so great. Like, thank you so much, Gabe. And I was, anyway. But I'd kind of do that too. Anyway, until things got real tight like this. So I know for a fact that I was spending probably $1,300 to $1,500 a month on pills at my peak, okay? At my peak, maybe it was a little more, but it wasn't like, I mean, maybe there was months where I spent $1,700 or $1,800. I don't know. But 13 to 15 is very solid, very safe, okay? And it's not a pissing contest at all. This is what, it's sad. It's really, really sad. It's terrible. I was wasting our money big time. People ask me like, oh, did you blow all your savings? I've never had savings. I live paycheck to paycheck. And especially did back then, but we live in an apartment, and I owned my car. I was driving a 94 Nissan pickup, keeping that alive, keeping it going. My wife's car was paid off because her dad freaking bought it for her, because my wife got anyway, that's a whole long story, went back when she was younger. So that was paid off, but that was all gone. That was just that car, And so at least, there were things, I guess what I'm saying is like, we didn't have a car payment, blah, blah, blah. I mean, there were things that made this work, and it shouldn't have worked, but it did. It's crazy. And it's like Satan helping you out so you can just go down the drain or something. I mean, it is really weird looking back on some of this stuff. And anyway, so I'm just blowing through money. So things are getting tight. And it's a problem. So I get on my Suboxone. This is the first time around. Well, this time around, with the place I was going to, it was $300 an appointment. I mean, that's just what it was. They didn't take, that's just what it was. Take it or leave it. Of course, I'm going to take it. And then like my insurance didn't cover it one time. It was going to be like $1,200 or something. And this is for Suboxone, dude. And I freaking figured out something. I didn't do the whole month. I don't know how I did it, but I had to pay like another hundreds of dollars to get my Suboxone 1 month. That's the only time that happened, but I did it. You have to. What am I going to do? I mean, what am I going to do? I mean, I could have gone to the street, but I'm still going to spend that money anyway. I mean, thank God I made that decision. Not that it really would have mattered, because I got off Suboxone and relapsing anyway. But here's the deal. So after I got off the Suboxone, 7 months, well, actually, I got off, it doesn't matter. We'll just say I got off the Suboxone, okay? I switched back to fast-acting opiates and got off that because I was afraid. I didn't avoid the post-acute withdrawals really anyway. I was naive. I didn't know what I was doing. But anyway, when I got back, after that 7 months of being clean, when I relapsed, the only freaking stuff that I could find was pretty much methadone for $5. I could get Dilaudid from the lady, these like 2 and 4 or 4 milligram ones, and they're $1 too. And that sucked. That's not near as good as a 60 milligram time release morphine. And I think prices just kind of went up. She was like a couple bucks, 2 for $5 or something, which is totally understandable, really. I mean, obviously, but the point is I was paying more. Okay. And so yeah, when I relapsed, I mean, and then you start taking, how it is, just did what it did. It accumulates, and everything was more expensive. Started taking benzos. That was great. Great decision. So now I'm oh yeah, I was taking, that's right. When I had relapsed, that first time, that was like my introduction into Adderall too. So I take, not that my Adderall stuff wasn't a big deal. I mean, it's not good, but it was never, it was just something else I kind of used, or here and there. But I would get Adderall. I mean, sometimes it's like the only way I could get it. This other lady was like, you got to buy 60 of them. You got to buy all this. So I was like, okay, well, I'll do that, And then, when you have them, you do start taking more, though. I'd take, 2, 3 of those a day that's the most I ever used, was 3 of the 30 milligram ones. But $5 a piece, so just more money going. And then it's going bad. I mean, it's going bad. And so you guys, I'm not going to get into everything. You guys know I got back on Suboxone, blah, 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 blah. But here's the thing with Suboxone. Now I'm going to get in. Sorry, this is long and stuff. I'm sorry. Hopefully you guys enjoy it. So now let's get on the MAP program, because I have beefs with that financially too, dude. So this other doctor I went to, at least it wasn't hundreds of dollars per visit. It was just a copay, okay? Because this guy was actually legit and wasn't a pill mill. And it was $40 copay for just to see him. But then you got to pay for the P test. Then you got to pay for the counseling, okay? And when it's weekly or monthly or whatever, it does get expensive. And driving down there, I mean, just in the time I'd have to leave work, so I get a couple less hours. I mean, it is your life, okay? And you have to spend money, even though it's not a ton. But it was still like, we'll just say total, just between getting out the pharmacy, we'll just say the whole thing was Suboxone, the MAP program for me. Let's just say it was $200 to $350 a month or something like that total, with everything, with just the whole thing of losing your couple hours, blah, 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 whatever. So right there, it's just like right there. That was just something with me too. And I didn't like going there. I didn't like the counseling stuff, after so long. And me and the counselor just did not, we just were not on the same wavelength at all. Didn't have the same beliefs, it's just very hard for me with that, because he was just saying stuff where I honestly, and this is bad though. This is bad because I'm not even gonna get into that. But I thought I was smarter than him. We'll just say that, okay? And I'm just gonna say I'm not right, because that's not a good attitude at all. But that's how I was. And anyway, crap. But I didn't like it. I didn't like the whole thing. I didn't like spending the money. So yeah, I would think about like, man, you know what? It's going to be great. It's just another thing. It's just another thing all the time. All the time is money. All the time that you have to put into that, and then pay for the P test. Then you go see him, pay for another P test, because you're going to see this guy now, and blah, 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 and this copay, and then that, and then, oh, don't forget to go get your script and pay for that. And it just really, really sucks. And it does. It's just, you have a kid, family, extra $300 a month is freaking huge. $200 a month, $100. That is a game changer. Groceries, whatever, gas, okay? And so that too. And I know there's a lot. And then, yeah, here's the last aspect right here. My sister does medical transport, and she takes a lot of people to the methadone clinic on the tax dollars dime. We pay for it, okay? So even though it's not directly, it is directly out of our paycheck, actually. But it's not for us, it's actually for other people, And I'm not going to get into everything, but I am not a big fan of government assistance for everything. I'm not against government assistance, though, on things, too. I'm just saying, in general, it enables people, and why the hell should I have to pay for someone's addiction? I think it's bullcrap. Dude, I looked in the mirror and I said, this is me. This is my fault, okay? I never, ever would have expected someone the government, the government, you pay for it. If you're working and paying taxes, you pay for it. Okay, I pay for it. I never had that attitude, and I don't think it's a right attitude, but that is just another financial thing right there. I live in Oregon, by the way, so I don't know if every state does this. I doubt every state does this. It's hard for me to imagine that they do this in like Alabama and, Texas and stuff, but maybe they do. Maybe they freaking do. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, it drains you. Dude, I've talked to people that they've lost everything. They've lost their house. They've lost their family. They drained everything. They lost their business. We know that. And there's people I talk to that's just what it was. That's the reality of it. And I was fortunate the way things happened, that it didn't get too crazy bad. And so anyway, I need to get out of here. God bless all y'all. Viva victory and salute.